All right, good evening. It's 8 o'clock, and I'm back. Um, Couple things I want to start off with. I wasn't on last Wednesday, wasn't feeling well. I've been having, at my age, and at my age, you have to be careful of this. I was having tightness right in the chest area. So I take some medication, and I lay down and take a couple hours, and I usually end up falling asleep. So I never really woke up. So I didn't get to come in Wednesday. I do have, like I said, I do have to be careful with that. Um, and it can come on at any time. I do have a heart condition, so where the heart is enlarged and the valves are enlarged, and they're saying that they're at a point where they could do whatever. I've had an enlarged heart since practically the day I was born, so it doesn't bother me that much. But when it does get sore, I feel that tightness. I do need to lay down. On my other channel, I wasn't here last night because again I got over to the shopping mall where the wife and kids like to go, and we were over there. We didn't get home till like 9 o'clock. I usually start about 8, and we didn't get home till 9 o'clock. But again, I was feeling that tightness in my chest, so I laid down again. So we only got 2 days in where we played some Civilization 6. Here's the other channel right there. Let's play games on Linux. Thursday nights on that channel, we talk about gaming on Linux, games that you can play, install and look at different Linux distributions that you can play games on. You can just about play games on all of them. It's a matter of how simple is it going to be to get it installed, to get Steam set up and Epic and Lutra and stuff like that. And we talk about all the different games and stuff that are available. And then on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I actually play the games. Like I played Total War Warhammer 3. We were doing Civilization 6 last weekend with Gilgamesh. All right. So if you want to see the videos from that, you can go to Let's Play Games on Linux, or you can go on YouTube and find it there. All the videos are uploaded there. Let's get into some news that was going on here down in the Warhammer community before we get started. Different things. There's Sunday preview, Mortal Realms, Magic and Space Marines made to order. They did have a video on that. The battle for the magical mystery. Let's take a look at the video real quick here and see what they had going on.
Hey there and welcome to This Week in Warhammer. My name's Nick and I'll be your guide to what's happening in your favourite hobby over the next 7 days. The age-long machinations of the Change God come to fruition this week as Saturday sees Battletome Disciples of Tzeentch go on pre-order. This fantastic book is chock full of great background and all the rules you'll need to field your Disciples of Tzeentch army in your games of Warhammer Age of Sigmar. If you fancy reinforcing or even starting your very own Disciples of Tzeentch army, then you can get all 3 hands on the new Vanguard box, which contains all you need to begin your vile conquest of the mortal realms. And because we know you aspiring sorcerers love your magical trinkets, you can also pre-order the Disciples of Tzeentch dice set and War Scroll cards too. This week sees a host of classic miniatures come to the made-to-order range. Lead your Space Marines in style with these classic captains clad in power armor and Terminator armor as they become available to order for a limited time. Dominate the psychic phase with these classic Space Marine librarians also coming to made-to-order this week. You'll have 10 days to order all these Space Marines from Saturday, so put your orders in by the 3rd of October. Also coming to the made-to-order range this week is the Breaking of the Fellowship box set for the Middle-earth strategy battle game. These beloved miniatures represent the Fellowship as they begin their journey to destroy the One Ring, and suitably are available to order for 9 days from Saturday, so get your orders in by the 2nd of October. Right now in Warhammer stores, you can pick up a free Warrior of Minas Tirith model from the Middle-earth strategy battle game, so you can begin your Middle-earth collection. This week we'll also see a painting video on the Warhammer channel on YouTube for your free model to help you get it ready to defend the White City. That's not all from Middle-earth this week, as Warhammer Plus travels to the Penanor Fields to play out the Charge of the Rohirrim, as the Middle-earth strategy battle game is featured for the very first time on Battle Report. This episode of Battle Report is free to watch for all, so make sure you check it out. Warhammer Plus subscribers can also catch the exciting season finale of Interrogator, learn how to paint Leagues of Votann plasma blades with Citadel Colour Masterclass, and take a look inside the vault at Imperial Armour Volume 13, War Machines of the Lost and the Damned. To stay up to date with everything we've got going on, be sure to follow us on warhammercommunity.com, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. That's all from us this week. We'll see you next time.
That's pretty cool. A lot going on there. If you want to get more news and information from Warhammer, you can go to their main site, warhammer-community.com. They have all kinds of news and information that you can take a look at. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool. So, let's get to where we were here. There we go. As you know, last week we were working on the Contemptor. And if you recall, I could not find the base. Well, I was poking around and I found the base. So the first thing I want to do here is I want to get him attached to the base. So I'm not getting my fingers and crap all over him here. And then we'll take a look at a couple and talk about a couple other things that I'm going to do here. Let's see. I think this is the one that's good. One of these are good. One of these are garbage. Not the glue. The pot itself. And I think it's this one. Or do I have to clean it all up? I think I'm going to have to clean it. One of these somehow got messed up. And I could probably change the cap out. I don't remember which one it was. Might have been this one. And I have different ways that I could put this down. And I think you could put it straight down over top, but I think I'm going to do something a little bit different here. I'm going to put them at a slight angle. Like that. That'll give him some time to dry there. We also have to work on the different weaponry and stuff that they have for them. These are all magnetized. So I could just put these together like this. And drop it right into the little hand here. I don't know where the little hand is right at the moment. I think it was on this one here. This is a piece here. I'm probably going to get my drill out and do some drilling on this. Or I could just glue that permanently right there and just add the weaponry to it. But this is the little arm right here that everything would attach to. Get that apart. So we'd have to do that. And then each piece as you put it together. And then we have to get the front put on them too. So I'm going to have to get my other glue out. We're going to have to prime that too. But that goes in there just like that. So it says here in fine print. Where'd it go? And it's supposed to do that. I'm having a hard time with it at the moment here. I could, in fact, bring this all over here now for now. So I can kind of see what's going on. There we go. Moving some stuff around the screen here. But yeah, I can get that in there. I can get it in. And then we have to put the front on. So I still have to prime this before I go on there, and then we'll do the green. I'm going to be using, want to get into the recesses of the piece here, darken them up a little bit. I was thinking of using the oil wash, and I tested it out real quick, and what happened? There we go. Must have lost our signal for a second there. So I'm going to try the, this is Army Painter. This is a green tone wash. And I'm going to put in there, it looks like it'll hopefully darken those recesses up really nice. We also have the Salamander Marine that we were working on too. The black tone went in there fairly nice on that, but I wasn't completely satisfied with it. With the black wash, let's set him to the side for a moment. They usually tighten down pretty good in a minute or so, and then permanently get down later. So if I go like this, we shake up this green tone really good. And I'll just plop some down on my palette here like that. That's a good dark color. And all I do is I just like putting it into the recesses here. And we got dog hair all over it there. It's a pretty dark color. I could lighten it up even. Well, not lighten it up, but. And just get that in there. Like that. Yeah, that should be fine. And we'll do some silver on him. Or some Iron Hand steel. Because this will all be Iron Hand steel anyway, so. But I could take this, put this into the corner. Yeah, something like that. There's probably a nice contrast for this too, but I think this dark tone from the Army Painter, dark tone wash from the Army Painter is going to look fairly decent. Yeah. And I'm just trying to get the wash into the recess that I want it to be in. That's basically all I'm doing here. Just like that. Just to give it a... oh, excuse me, sorry. Just to give me that distinction between it there. And the wash will probably dry a lot faster than the oil wash anyways. Or not probably, but will. We're just waiting on the base for the Contemptor to dry. And we'll get back to that. could also, where's my white primer? Or my gray primer? I could go in there and prime that other piece too. Yeah, there's gray surface primer. Let me dig out I have a chewed up flat brush here that I can use for that. But that's what I'm going to do with that. But I want to get that front on and get that green in there. And then, oh, we have to put the missile on top too. Bunch of stuff to do. So much stuff to do. So much to do. So much to do. I don't need a little bit. I don't need a whole lot. And we're just going to do the outside anyways. Is this the one that's all chewed up? Yeah, this is the one that's all chewed up here. I'm just going to get some primer on here. Primer is a little thin today. See what I like about this. I can lay this down. Lay down, lay it down. Lay it on the line. And we can give that a minute or two to dry, and then we'll do another coat on it. I'll get him on front. Something else I want to do too. Oh, I got to get some noon oil in here on some of that stuff. Oh, I got some paint on there that I need to do. What was I gonna do? Oh, let's do a little noon oil in here too. I got the newer one. That's a Apothecary White. I've got the old and the new here somewhere. I thought I had the new one. I guess not. I got Xerc shade. Doesn't matter. And I'm going to get my bigger brush here. I found all my brushes too the other day. Oh, these are all my junk brushes that I use for stuff. That's the one I wanted for the primer, and I didn't get it. This one right here. I always keep my brushes separated. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to thin that down a little bit too, if I can. Yeah, we'll be all right. I don't like too much on here. And I'm going to get into the silver areas here. Oh, the phone buzzed in my ear. I don't know why. I've never had that happen before. I got a big bottle here somewhere. This one's almost empty. See if I can knock it over. Screw everything up. Up. And that's why I didn't want to touch that yet. She's not quite ready. Okay, she's not quite ready there. She's coming up on me, which is really weird. We could work on some guns here. It's kind of funny. You have things planned out, and they don't always plan out the way that you want. I'm glad I had that cover on there. Let me see my black. I'm using the Model Air Black from Vallejo. I like it because it feels like it's the right consistency right out of the gate, so I don't have to mess around with it too much. And we've got a lot of guns to do. I'm going to do the casing on most of the guns in black. Get out my number 6 here. I didn't varnish any of this. I should have. Putting a varnish over it protects the paint, especially if your hands are going to be on it. I mean, I could attach, drill a hole. And attach it to a base, put a stick on the end, attach it to the base. I have, if you've been around before, I change overlays. I like to design overlays too, for Twitch and everything. So I've got my newest. And I'm not into the traditional overlays where you have all this fancy stuff going on and things flashing and whirling around. And I have a couple of them that I've done, but I found something really neat in I was using Streamlabs for a lot of my commands and stuff. And they have overlays and stuff in there. The overlays, a lot of the free overlays are pretty. I mean, they're nice and everything, but and then if you want to get a really good one, then you have to go to owned.com and you have to get the membership. The problem with owned.com for me is you have to install a plugin, and it's an executable that they use. And they say that it'll be coming to Mac soon, but I can't use it on my Linux system because you can't run executables on Linux. That's what keeps it protected. and a lot of the free overlays. I mean, I can use bits and bobs and pieces of it and everything, but I feel that I'm competent enough to where I can get into GIMP, and you'll know I use a lot of free stuff. We talk a little bit about that on the other channel on Thursdays, how some of the things that Windows is doing and how Linux is better and stuff like that, but that's for Thursday. So if you want to find out a little bit more about that, again, you can go over to Playing Games on Linux on Thursdays and see what I have going on there. We'll be doing Linux Mint this Thursday. It's another Linux distribution that you can install, and I think it's a very friendly one for people coming over for the first time from Windows to Linux. It's kind of familiar to you. Mongero's another one. We'll be looking into that too. So Thursday night we'll be looking at Linux Mint. If you want to learn more about Linux and how to install Linux on an operating system, how you can test it out and everything. You can watch me screw up trying to get this shit installed. We'll get this all. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There go the dogs again. Doggies. Love our dogs. Did I wipe up the primer? No, I didn't. Get some more primer on here so we can get that attached to the front. Who's that? Yasuna, you can't eat the screwdrivers. Whoops. Wrong color. I almost did the black. I want primer, not black. Dummy. Big dummy. And you'll notice I do have a tendency to jump around quite a bit. Oh, shit. I'll be doing one thing and then all of a sudden my mind will float off into outer space somewhere and then I'll be doing something else. I will be doing something else. This one's got the same thing. Those two are almost identical to each other as far as weaponry goes. Who's that? Hi, Daphne. Dogs are all coming in. I know what they're looking for. They're looking for food. Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to get her poor dog a bone. When she got there, the cupboard was bare. So we all went down to the grocery store. My cupboard's always bare. I think that's part of the medical condition. I don't eat right. I don't exercise enough anymore. I know I should, but I'm not. And that's all my fault. But I spent the last 15 years sitting behind a desk now. I was doing really good for the longest time. I mean, I was a top athlete in high school and college, and had a chance to try out for a couple of minor league baseball teams. One of them we won't even talk about. I was completely unprepared for it. Went down there. I should have gone in when I got the invite. I should have gone down as a catcher, but I didn't have all my gear anymore. I just come off of 2 years of being injured. And I didn't have my catching gear anymore, so I said, "Out the hell with it, I'll go as an outfielder." Had the opportunity to go down to what we called San Diego Stadium. It's gone now. It was called Qualcomm Field, Qualcomm Stadium, Jack Murphy Field, some crazy ass thing like that. And then it was called Aztec Stadium when the football team, and I won't even mention their name because that was just a dark day. The guy was a scum. I won't get into the whole story of what was actually going on with that mess, but it wasn't pretty. He was lying to everybody, anyways. And I wasn't a big fan of the football team, anyways. It was cool, you know. Had the opportunity to meet a couple of football players. I forgot what I was talking about, which is par for course for me. Forget my head if it wasn't tied on. Oh, I remember what it was now. I was talking about, so, top athlete in high school, beloved by everybody except the opposing pitcher. 410 feet to straight center field. I cleared that fence twice. But I ended up throwing my arm out. I pulled the muscle right off the shoulder blade. So, not a good thing, especially for a catcher. I'm not sure what color this is going to be yet. I know the cushion's going to be kind of a Mespin red. And I did fairly well up until I started working computers and stuff at, I must have been 47 at the time. Something I've always wanted to do later on because I've been involved with computers since I got my first Commodore in 1984, I believe it was. Yasuda, don't go in the bathroom. I got my Spideys all running around. Put a little more paint on there. Paint probably dries a little bit faster on the palette than it does any other way because I got the fan going here. It's a little bit warm today. A little bit warm and stuffy. But they, what was I saying? Oh, when I got in, I was doing all right the first couple of years, and then after a while, you go home at the end of the day, and you're just like, I don't feel like doing anything. And then it gets to the point where you stop doing a lot of stuff because now you're working the night shift, and you come home at the end of the day, and I was still doing fairly well the first 3 or 4 or 5 years. But the last probably 10 years or so, last 5, I've had no energy to want to do anything. As you get older, you kind of lose it. And that wasn't helping any. I know there's a lot of people my age that are still fairly healthy, but when I started working behind the desk, that's when I kind of lost it. Even at 30 years old, when I was in the military, there'd be a lot of kids that were 18 and they couldn't keep up with me. Every year we had to run a mile and a half. And you had to do it in, oh God, I can't even remember. I think it was like 10 minutes or some crazy thing like that, 11 minutes or something. I forget what it is now. But when you hit age 30, they add another 30 seconds on for you. And there were 2 of us, the supervisor and I were both the same age. And we would do it, I think we did the mile and a half, and we had a competition between each other too, because he said that he was going to outrun me, and I was, you ain't going to outrun me. So, and we cleared, God, there must have been only 4 or 5 people that were under 30 that did better than we did. And the rest of the flight, they couldn't keep up with us. I think we did it in like 9.5 minutes or something like that. We did it like a full minute or something under the regulated time. I mean, we beat the time, the max time that the 18-year-olds had to have. Both of us did. So, but we were out. But the military was fun. Kind of, sort of. I'm glad I didn't join the Marines or the Army. We were stationed at, we had to run communications in Germany. And we got a lot of our stuff from the Army base. Man, did we have a lot of fun with those Army guys. I remember we were walking around one winter holding the witch's left toe. And we all had our hands in our pockets and everything else. And some Army sergeant saw us. He decided he was going to try to pull rank on us or something. I don't know what it was. And he's like, soldier, soldier. Of course, we're not soldier. We're airmen, We thought we were like, he must be talking to somebody else. He ain't talking to us. And finally, when he realized that we weren't in the army, Airman, don't you know you're not supposed to have your hands in your pocket? And of course, smart ass over here. I turn around and says, "Oh, but you don't understand. According to Air Force Regulation 3510-A, that if it drops below a certain temperature and you don't have your gloves with you, you're allowed to put your hands in your pocket until you can get a pair of gloves, or you can get inside." And he's like, "Damn Air Force, so lucky. No such regulation." But it made him walk away. So we used to have a lot of fun with him. But we were in a mobile combat unit, so we had to go out in the field quite a bit. Did I do the other one? I think I'm going to do that canister in a got the Contemptor right here, in case you're wondering where he's at. I'm doing the weapons for him right now. I couldn't find the base last week, but I found it. I was poking around. I said, that base has got to be around here someplace. So I got it. And I just glued him to it. And I'm waiting more or less for the glue to dry here. I use the cement, the plastic glue. But in the meantime, I'm doing the weapons. I got them all magnetized, if you've missed that. I have them all magnetized so that I can put on any one that I want. I can put anything on I want. I can stick them together. Why is this one missing half of it? Oh, no, it's not missing half of it. That's the other half of this one. I don't know if you can see the little magnets in there. If I zoom in, you might be able to see them. All along the way. Let's see, let's zoom that in a little bit. Yeah, I think you can see it right there. So I got the little magnet there. And all I have to do is just put these two pieces together. There's a little arm here that goes in there like this. And if you got the hands of an octopus, you got eight legs or 8 arms or whatever. You son of a bitch. Where'd he go? I lost it. I know it's here somewhere. Oh, it bounced all the way over here. Hot! And this will probably be glued to the arm anyways. Then you can pop that in just like that. So I can put any weaponry on them I want. Whoop, wrong brush. Probably should be silver right there. I'm going to put silver over the black. I think it'll make it look cooler anyways. I think it'll look pretty cool. I think the Contemptor's almost ready. I'm going to get the front on them. Put into, where is the, so you guys can kind of see that he is here. Here he is right there. And we'll get back to him here. Let me get some of this black put on here. This is the Vallejo Air black, which I like the Vallejo black anyways. And the Air, I like it because it's pretty much thinned down the because I still have a hard time getting the consistency on the paint. Either I still get it a little too thick, or I get it too thin and it's more of a glaze, and then I end up having to add a little more paint to it, or putting on 40 coats to try and cover it up. I was watching that Amazon show also. I watched the first 3 episodes. I think there's a fourth one out now of the Lord of the Rings. Was it the Ring of Power or whatever it is? It's okay. I mean, I'm not a huge Lord of the Rings fan. I mean, I'm not. I mean, I like Lord of the Rings. I like what it's all about. I like the mythology stuff. But I just never really got it. The movies were hard for me to get into because they seemed to drag out. Like I was doing, what was the other one? I was doing the, what was the other one that HBO had on? I think it was HBO or Showtime. Um, oh, I can't even think of the damn name of it now. I was watching that, and I watched every episode, but it was kind of the same thing. It was okay. The one with the dragons and stuff. Game of Thorns. Game of Thorns. That's what it is. I knew I'd think of it. And it was okay. I mean, I have access to it, but it's not like HBO had Spartacus out. Spartacus, I can rewatch that thing over and over again. The first couple episodes were kind of, you know, when it first came out and I was watching it, and I was like, yeah, this is going to be a little bit cheesy, but it started getting better and better as it went along. That's why I don't give up on anything. If I have any interest in it at all, I stick with it in hopes that it gets better. And right now, The Lord of the Rings, The Power of the Rings, is kind of one of those. I'm hoping it'll get better. I mean, it's okay, but it's nothing that I would want to watch again and again and again and again. It seems like they jump around a lot. A little bit unrealistic in many situations. Like, what's her name there? She gets out, she's on the boat, and she's going, her and her crew and everything, they've been sent to the main Elven headquarters, I guess. And she ends up jumping off the boat. I don't know what the whole deal with the light was. I never understood that. I think it was something that was supposed to be evil or something. I don't know. I never did figure that one out. But here she is in a massive ocean, and she's swimming in it. And who knows? I mean, she's swimming towards land. I don't know how far away it is, but I don't think anybody could actually swim that far or stay afloat that long. I mean, not without a raft or something. And I'm surprised there wasn't any. So I don't know what the deal is up with that. Now, the little gnomes, I guess they are, that's kind of cool. I like that part. That part's pretty cool with the giant. I don't know what the giant's all about. I guess that's something. I mean, if you know the trilogy, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about and go, yeah, I know what that is. That's for this, this, and this. As I said, I never. The Hobbit was another one. I like the idea of the Hobbit. I just never could get into the movies. Harry Potter was another one. The kids got into it, and I just never really could get into it. So, but that's just me. I have the attention span of a gnat, anyways. That's probably part of the problem. I'm not worried if I paint over this. So I'll have to. Episode 4 is going to be coming out if it hasn't already. I'll be looking for it later on to see if 4's come out. I think there was a preview of it. But I watched the Game of Thorns, and I went through it, and I was just like, yeah. There was a couple parts in there. I mean, the ones with the dragon, that was exciting to me. I love the Dragon Queen. With the dragons and everything, that was pretty cool. But the rest of it was kind of, you know, when they got into the undead there. What was his name? The king, the Ice King there, that was trying to break through. That was kind of interesting too. Watching that whole battle take place. But it's okay. Not like Spartacus. I'm rewatching Spartacus again. Spartacus had some great. Now I will admit, in Game of Thorns, the battle with the Ice King, the Undead King, or whatever it is. God damn it! Hope you guys aren't losing that. I think we're having a bad connection here somewhere. That's the second time the video's timed out on me. Could be the upload. I'm using Stream Elements to put a lot of my backgrounds and stuff in. I could be drawing it down. I should check my speed. My upload speed. See if I'm getting any drop frames or anything like that. I certainly like putting my own graphics and stuff in. And I basically designed these myself. That you see there. But I put them on Stream Elements on their web. And that could be interfering with my upload. I mean, that's more of a download than anything else. But it could be interfering with it. But that's twice on this one I've gone dead like that. Of what you folks are seeing. Killers breed on the demon seed. Glamour, the fortune, the fame. Don't you start again. Let me get this paint done here. It says my signal's excellent. I don't know why. We can go over here and do this one. Yeah, I got a feeling this is going to be a silver. Or a gunmetal gold. I've got my gunmetal too. I like the Army Painter gunmetal. That one's pretty cool. I also like the Iron Hand. Yeah, the Iron Hand steel. That's pretty cool too. I like that one. This should be good right there. Let me get this part done here. We'll get back into the Contemptor here. Contemptor. So hopefully if I don't get sick again, which happens probably about once a week, twice a week, depending on how riled up somebody can get me. Being hardcore doesn't help either. Get your heart all stressed out and shit. And the heat's been bothering me. Thank God it's not hot here. I mean, it's hot, but not like it was back in Vegas. Holy crap. 115, 120 degrees in the summertime. I hated going out. I mean, it didn't bother me before. But the last few years, holy crud. It was like terrible. So I'm glad we left there. I do sneak a peek at the house that we owned. Whoop. Because the wife still brings it up every now and then. God, I still miss the house. Hopefully our house will be ready. We've been wanting to buy a house here. That's part of what the money was going to go for. When we sold the other one was to buy a house here, but she had to wait for some crazy ass reason. She had to wait a year. So it's a year coming up. I mean, it's past a year now. So now she's going down to apply for the house and everything. We looked at a couple houses. A couple of them. We had one that we were almost getting ready to buy. We were going to put in for it and everything. But we found out there was all kinds of issues with it. So, okay, I think we're ready here to put the front on of the Contemptor. Oh. Now, because of the paint that's on there, let's see, I've got the eyes done. Yeah, he's in there pretty solid now. Let me get my super glue. I'm going to use super glue on this one. Oh, get up, old man. I'm actually going to put the super glue on this side. Like that. want to sit flat. Why? Did I miss something here? Yeah, I got a couple spots that I missed. Oh. Son of a bitch, I'm getting glue all over it. Crap. You know, I just noticed something here. I got a stubby hanging out here. I don't want to be getting this damn glue all over the... There we go. Now she's going in. Get in there, bitch. Here we go. And we'll give that a few minutes to dry. We'll go back to the guns while we're waiting on that to dry. Put that back over here. Pull him up so you can see what we're doing there. Some of this paint cleaned out. The name of the channel will be changing. This will be the last change. I don't know why I changed it to Steven's Painting Corner. It was kind of a dumb move. But it will be Grandpa's Painting Studio, and that's where it's going to stay. I'm happy with that. I got graphics all drawn out for it and everything, as you could probably see. So it's all ready to go. I just have to wait until the middle of October. It used to be a month. So I went from Steven's World, and I was like, you know, because I wanted to separate painting from playing. I wanted two separate channels because it seemed, you know, painting Warhammer and everything is kind of a niche. So even though I was doing fairly well as far as followers and everything were going, but I think a lot of them were for the games than the painting, which is no big deal to me. I mean, I don't care. I'm having fun no matter what. But so I decided that's when I built Let's Play Games on Linux. That way I could talk about Linux and I could play games on Linux and people can join in. I got 4 or 5 followers on that newer channel. I said, if you want to check it out, come on by. I don't know what I'll be playing this weekend. We were playing Civ 6. I got up to, I don't know, I forget what level I got up to. I usually don't end up finishing the games. It's more of here, we're going to show you what we can do. I go pretty far with them, though. I mean, 3 days of playing, you can get pretty far with them. I don't know what game I'll be playing this weekend. I'm thinking of maybe Ark or Factorio. So if you see this video on YouTube, or even today, if we talk about it a little bit, if you want to see one of those games, let me know which one you'd like to see. I'm kind of leaning towards Ark. I haven't played Ark in several months, a couple of months. And I really, because the one thing I want to do with Ark, I like to build. That's why I like Minecraft, because I could build on it. It's not so much the survival portion of it that I'm interested in. But I want to do the Fjord Island. And I started it with another one, and I want to do it again because I thought it was really cool. I want to get the little dinosaurs and stuff. And I'm going to name them after rock stars. Like if I get a female, that could be Joan Jett. If I get a male, that could be Ozzy. So we were looking up. So every time I tame one of the animals, I'm going to name them after a rock musician. I had um, I had Ozzy, and I had Sharon Osbourne. I think they both died. They got swamped by. But that's what I want to do. I want to get back into that again. And I'll probably do 3 days of that. Playing Ark. Thursday I'll be doing Linux Mint. There's 3 versions of Linux Mint. There's the Plasma, and then there's the Mate. And if you know what Linux is, you'll know what all that is. And there's XFCE. And I'll be going over what XFCE is, when's the best time to install it, how it installs. And if we have plenty of time, I want to install all 3. I'm going to install them into my virtual machine, my virtual box that I have. That way we can get them put in. You can see how they get installed. If you want to test out Linux, that's how I strongly recommend doing it, is in a virtual box. That way you get the opportunity. You can save whatever changes you make. Then when you feel comfortable with it and you're ready to move over to Linux, which I think once you see all the malarkey Windows going to be putting everybody through here in the next year or 2. I know there's people getting ready to fight it right now. They're trying to lock down software and hardware so that you can only do stuff on Windows. And they're getting ready to try to lock all that down. There's a lot of people that are upset about it. Because now you just can't go buy a computer and put whatever operating system on it that you want. I don't know what effect that's going to have, though, truly. Because for me, except for the laptop, which I bought the laptop with Linux on it, I bought it from System 76. So if you want to check them out a little bit, they're in the States. If you're in Europe, there's another company, and I've been meaning to look them up to go along with it that you can buy. But the laptops are a bit expensive. I mean, they're pretty high end. The one that I have that I bought from System 76 is it was a $2,000 laptop. So, and I've had it a year. I only had one issue with it. Well, I had 2 actually. One issue was my fault. I destroyed the bootloader in it. I was jerking around instead of using the virtual machine. I was jerking around with it trying to get something to work. And I ended up screwing up the bootloader, which I could load the bootloader back in. It was no big deal, but I just turned around and I just reinstalled it. And that was the first time. And the second time that I messed it up, actually it'd be 3, but one was their fault. I wanted to test to see if you could run Linux Mint on it, because the Pop OS, and even though Linux Mint does too. Let's see, the Pop OS, I believe, comes off of the Ubuntu system. But I wanted to see if they had locked it down in any way, and they didn't. I was able to install Manjaro onto the laptop, but I said, I'm going to go back, stick with the Pop OS, because it was okay. And I've fallen more and more in love with it as we go along. Once you get to understand something, you start to enjoy its stuff that's in there. I want to try to get this piece done this week. Should have been done by this week, but because I got sick on Wednesday. What time is it getting to be? 9:12. That would actually probably be metal showing up down there, but I'm not particularly worried about it at the moment. Then I'm going to put the green on front part of that. I have some more miniatures. I have the white scars that I've completed. I need to get photos of them. Get that up on Instagram if you want to see some of the things I've done. I have the icon up on the right hand side over there, or the left hand side. I don't know my right from my left anymore. You can see some of the work that I've done. I need to get the white scars in there. I think the Dark Angels are in there. There's a Horus Heresy. That's the Imperial Fist that I did. A lot of my stuff is just battle ready, with maybe a little touch of highlight here, or a small wash to get the recesses in, like what I'm doing on this one here. Okay, let's get I do not like leaving paint in my palette. That's why I only put a drop or two in. I'm cheap, what can I say? Let's go back to, and this was a consistency of 2 colors here for me. This is a mixture that I came up with. I got it, I think it was from Spiky Bits. To try to get a contrast consistency of any paint. And it's a contrast medium and a flow improver, 50-50. And I put it together. I gave it a shot. It's okay. I'm going to mix it up here with the wall flesh, because that's what the outside cover is. And I give it about a drop of that, because I got to do the front panel there. And then take out my wall flesh, and I should have shook it up before I went too far. And then I have my flat brushes. I like using the flat brushes on everything as much as I can on the bigger surfaces. It seems to go on smoother for me. If I use the round brush, it just seems like it's not smooth, and I got brush strokes and everything else. So I think the flat's better. And use the round brushes on areas that are recessed and stuff like that, where you're not going to see that a whole lot. I got one other thing I want to do today too. Well, I got to get the noon oil going. Wish I knew where my other bottle was. I thought I had. I may take a break here. I got to stretch my legs anyways. A little bit. Stretch my legs. But let me get this going here. Let me get the front. Wall flesh. I'm going to take my flat brush, and we're just going to take up a small scoop of that. Put that into my mixture over here. Seems to work to get it down to a consistency that I like, that I can work with and feel comfortable with. And then we're going to go over this whole thing like this. Still didn't sit flat, did it? God damn it. Still didn't sit flat. Sticking up on the bottom here a little too much. But I'm not going to put my fingers on the paint right now. I should have gone in and sanded it. This is stupid. That's what I get for trying to rush through crap. See, it's not sitting flat down here. I do have the beaky. Well, it's not really a beaky, but it's from the Warhammer. The beaky's not on there. I put the regular head on this one. But I had him going up that way too. Yeah. That green wash from Army Painter. It's a green tone wash. It's going in there real nice. I want to show you one thing here, and I want to test it out. Army Painter has this dry rust color, and I've used it a couple times. One, it looked terrible. Another one, it didn't look too bad. I guess it's going to depend on how I put it on there. But I think what I need to do with it, where's my, there it is, the base brush from Citadel that I have. What I'm going to do with it, I want to put it on the exhaust pipes here, just the top half, give it kind of a rusty look. I should wash them first. Yeah, I gotta noon oil them first before I go that far. As you can see, I'm jumping around from one thing to another. Jump around, jump around. Where was this one here? For my washes, I've got the new noon oil wash somewhere. I don't know. Oh, here come the dogs. The bottle's sitting right underneath my hand, too. That's an accident waiting to happen. And of course, as soon as I mention it, that's when it'll happen. But I've never dumped over a whole bottle of paint yet. Whoop, there's my first one. No. I'm usually pretty good about, except for when I get into the contrast of the wash, because I will go straight out of the bottle with it. A lot of times. So the pot does stay open. Check the bank too. I get paid tomorrow. Actually, don't get paid till Wednesday, but for some reason it always shows up early. Thank God for that. Oop, a little too much there. Looks pretty good. Oh, we got some green on there too. It's all right. Hoping this is sticking down pretty good. About to find out if it falls off or not. Get that down in there. Get some down in there. Some in there. I got green on the piping over here. Get the exhaust coming down here. Get some in there. Get some. I don't know what time the ball game starts tonight. Get all this down in here. You can see it's still a little wet down there. With the flow improver and the contrast, or the contrast medium, is that what I said? Is in there? Glaze medium, something like that. I forget what it is. Now, that being in there, the paint does take a little bit longer to dry than normal. Okay, that don't look too bad. Put a little bit more up in here, maybe. Okay, give that a moment to dry there. Close that up before we do have an accident. I'm going to take a short break here. I need to stretch my legs, stretch my coffee break. Give me a little something to drink here. I need something cold. I got this bottle of water, and this is like lukewarm right now. Give that a little bit of dry. I want to get the other bottle of Moon Oil out. So give me a couple minutes here. I will be right back. There go the dogs. I didn't turn the mic back on. I put another coat on the front. I've got a couple spots I could probably touch up just a little bit right there. Let's go ahead and do that while I see it. Like that. Then I could actually take this one. This one's a little bit smaller to work with, and it's kind of jacked up anyways. I'm going to take this and put a little more green in the back there too. I'm going to take a drop of this. That's all I'm going to need is about a drop anyways. Oop. Like that, because we're not going to do... Not going to put it on here directly. Get that up like that. Get my paper towel out. Brush that off. Kind of sort of like that. Give it that kind of rusty look around the pipes a little bit here. I think that looks pretty good. I like the way that looks. That looks really good. I like that. I like it. Put a little bit over here maybe. All right. I think that looks pretty good. That was the dry rust from the army painter. It's pretty cool. For exhaust and stuff like that. Yeah, I think that looks really good. Next thing I want to do is I want to get in. I want to be using my good brush for this one. Yeah, this one right here. I'm going to get the Army Painter Green Tone Wash. And I'm going to get the top done here. Because I want to get the missile rig done up there too. And I'm just going to go in here like this. more or less want it to just flow inside there like that. I don't think anybody's really going to see that with the missile rig up there. I'm going to put a little bit right there too. They're moving shit around again. There we go. Like that. Well, I got it here. I can put some in there. Try not to get my hands on any of this. I just basically want it to drop right into the recess there. Pull up in there. Got a couple spots back here we could work on. I don't know.
Dogs.
Yeah. Nice. Yasuna, go away. Dogs. I know what he's after. Dogs love you the most when there's food around. I'm going to need some more wash here. Yasuna, you're not getting anything to eat. 46, 2 hours. Oh, 155. Okay. I'm going to try to take off. You're not getting any. There's no ball game tonight. And I'm not watching that other team. I didn't see. Was Philadelphia playing tonight? I had some excitement yesterday. I didn't stick around to catch it though. I fell asleep because my chest was all tight. So I took medication. But I have a friend that I used to work with. Her son was drafted by the New York Giants football team. And so I've been kind of watching him. I haven't talked to her in years. But they must be going bonkers right now. He's playing professional football. Plus, she doesn't have to. I know he's going to take care of her. Going to take care of mom now. But they played against who they played last week. He didn't get any catches, no receptions, no attempted throws, anything like that. But yesterday, and I missed it, but it's in the highlights. They were down by a touchdown. It was like 13-6, something like that. And he caught his first pass in the NFL. And then proceeded to run 16 yards with it for a touchdown at the same time. So he got his first NFL reception and his first touchdown all in the same play. And it was pretty exciting watching him go in. What an effort. He did a hell of a job. And I was watching the first part of the game. And he was wide open on that pass. But I've been watching the whole part of the game. And I'm like, you mean their offensive coordinator hasn't noticed that he's open a lot? Because I was watching him go down. You know, coming off the line and everything. Sometimes he blocks. Sometimes he goes out for passes. I was watching. He was open a lot. Wide open. I'm surprised they didn't go to him more. But yeah, his first reception, 16 yards and a touchdown. And he brought him right back into it again. That tied the game up again. So I was like, cool, good job, kid. Because I was remember his mom coming to me and saying, Steve, you're from San Diego, right? I said, yeah. He said, well, my son is being recruited by San Diego State. I said, yeah, that's the college I went to. My mom went there, and I went there. He said, is that a good college? I said, yeah, they're pretty decent. They're a pretty decent college. So I guess he decided to go there. He caught some passes down there. I don't think he scored any touchdowns while he was there. But like I said, they used him more for a blocking tight end than anything else down in San Diego State because they had a big running game down there. And it wasn't on the high-end radar, but when they went to contraband, where they do stuff, he had one of the fastest running times. Yeah, I said, now go lay down. I know why you're here. The only time you love me is when you think I got food for you. Other than that, you don't love me. Nobody loves me. They don't love me. And he had one of the fastest, I think he had the fastest time. So I was glad to see that. I'll put some down in here. Those dogs. Quiet. Must have ordered more food. She's getting old like me. She doesn't cook as often as she used to. But she's got her retirement coming in. She'd rather be teaching, but and she was teaching last year, but she never got called back this year. They're not heavily into the special needs stuff here. But there's supposed to be another American school opening up, like down the road from us here. And I guess she's already applied over there. The school's not finished, though. They're still building it, I guess. I guess. I think we got an ad going. Did I get that? Can't remember if I did this or not. I don't think so. Into just another friend. I'm gonna put a little bit down in here. Get some up in here. clean that brush off a little bit, and we'll do another dab in there. Get another drop of Army Painter green tone. We'll go probably about another half hour or so here. Bink. We'll put one drop in like that. I like how the rest came out. The rest came out really nice. I have to put basing down too. But yeah, that rest came out really nice. What was I going to do? Oh. Need to get in here. I don't go too heavy on the highlights or anything. God, that rust came out really nice. I don't know if you can see that rust on there or not. Got a little bit on the grill too. That's kind of cool. Oh, I need to get the other back leg here. The oil wash is supposed to flow in here much better, but this is doing the job. I could have filled that in, and I probably should have, but I didn't. So I got the seam coming down the back, and I could have used some flat glue, put it in there. Oh, I remember what I was working on. I was working on filling these in. I want to get some Monument Hobbies paint too. That's supposed to be one of the up and coming brands everybody's been talking about, and I watch them on Twitch. Slow Momentum or something like that. You can find them on there. Okay. So, are you like a boyfriend, girlfriend, steady dates, heavy lovers? Come on, Sporto, level with us. Let me clean that out. All right. So I've got to find where is it? Here we go. Okay, here we go. 48, 47, and 46, and then I'll have to prime it anyways. So let's get 46. That's interesting. I'm not sure what that is. I don't seem to have that pictured anywhere. I think it was the other arm that you can do. Maybe it's over here. There we go. I knew it was here somewhere. I knew it was here somewhere. So I've got these three pieces here. That's for the missile launcher on top of them. I'll get that ground down really good. Unless I snip it off and it flies across the room here. Which is always my luck. So I have to see if the 4th episode of The Lord of the Rings is on. So far, it's not drawing my attention. It's like, okay, yeah, we're watching it. No big deal. I like how they're doing the special effects and stuff. Not really, the actual, where they're actually putting the pointed ears on them. On the characters. I think I'd be more interested in behind the scenes on that one. To see them do the makeup and stuff on it, because they have, and I'm guessing they're gnomes. Okay, or just because they're not dwarfs. They're doing the dwarf one too, where the guy's in with the dwarf right now. That's kind of cool. The way that's coming up. The one guy is with his dwarf friend, and he's upset because he wasn't there. He didn't show up when he got married to the woman. There's a lot of controversy going on right now over the episodes. I'm like, whatever. Because apparently something was said by the writer and by Amazon, what they were trying to do, and they actually put it in there, and there's people complaining. And I'm pretty much, I'm trying to look past all that and see, is it worth my time? I'll probably end up watching the whole thing unless I just get totally bored with it, because it's been kind of all over the place. Kind of hard to keep track of what's actually going on there, Okay, so this goes on like that. Do I want to gap fill that fucker? I probably could. Get my gap filler out. Do that one up nice so it looks like a solid piece. Which one was my good glue? Probably not this one. Like I said, Spartacus is one of, when HBO came out with Spartacus, I was just like, started watching it, and I was like, yeah, this is going to be one of those things. where they had the first episode had some cheesy ass background in it. You know, it looked fake. I don't know where they got it from. And then it started looking better. Of course, with Spartacus, everybody was looking for one thing. They wanted to see if they could get Lucy Lawless in the nude. Like, whatever. They had some great scenes from that episode, though. The battle. At the end of the first one, I think it was. No, the one where it was the second episode or the second series after the original actor died, and they did the part in between there. And I always tell everybody, if you want to watch Spartacus, you have to watch that one first because it has Gannicus and everything in it, and then you go to the second one. But it came in, it was a filler because the actor died, which was sad. There were a lot of people saying, we're never going to watch it again. And I think the guy did a hell of a job. They did a really good job of bringing somebody in that looked like him, performed like him. I think he did really well. But that battle at the end there, the one scene where they executed the one slave girl that ran away, and then they had the Ring of Fire, that was really cool. I thought that was really cool. The battle with Theocules, yeah, that one. That was okay. But the big battle at the end of the final series, at the final season, on the final series there with Crassus and Spartacus, oh my god. That whole battle scene was just freaking awesome. I loved it. Yeah, I'm going to try to seal that up a little bit, I think. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? Gotta get some more noon oil up in here. I've got some spots that I missed. But this is going to sit right up in here. Like that. I do believe. So I'll have to prime that down too. The other thing I'm going to do, because I'm going to get ready to wrap up here, give me a little something to eat. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take, and I'll probably do a little bit of, just to see how it comes out, Warp Star Glow, and I'm going to do some edge highlighting just on only certain areas. Because I'm not going to do the whole edge highlighting deal that they do. You know, where every little nook and cranny's done. I just want to get the spots that are actually showing. We're going to use the Warpstone Green. Wipe that bottle off a little bit. Ooh. I want to see how it comes out. Oh, we got some paint buildup right here. Right along the tip there. And it's all leaking out, figures. Okay, I can put that there, like that. And I'm going to take my two O. Is that what I want? 5020. I'll take out my 2.0 from my special brushes here. I don't buy anything expensive in brushes anymore. And I'm going to take some of this. And I'm going to see if I can get in here. And just edge highlight that right there. And then come down this side over here. Like that. So that we go like that. That'll give me a little bit of an edge there. Then I can come across here. Oop, a little too much. Like that. And that's all I'm going to do with it. Oh, just came on. Just like that. That's all I'm going to do. A little bit of a separation. So I'll finish that up tomorrow. We'll work on that a little bit tomorrow. So, anyways, let me jump back over here. Let me get this out of the way. It's just a quick reminder, if you want to see what I was working on tonight or what we've been working on in the past, Twitch isn't holding anything for very long anymore, only 7 days. So, but if you go to, it's actually Steven's painting studio right now. The name that you see here, that'll be changing here come the middle of October. And that's what everything will be. But you can go there. That link will be down in my profile. You can go on YouTube and see where I'm at and what we've been doing, getting up to this point here. Let's say I'm not nothing spectacular, but I just do basic stuff, battle ready, get stuff ready for the table and stuff like that. So, but I'll be back again tomorrow night at 8 p.m. and we'll do some more on this. Hopefully by the end of Wednesday, because we'll have Tuesday and Wednesday to work. I should be pretty much done with him. I'm hoping by Wednesday we could have the base down and we can basically just go from there. So until tomorrow, I want to thank everybody who did stop by. Don't forget to come in and see some more. Give me pointers. Let me know what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. So, but until tomorrow, everybody have a great evening, and we'll see you then.